All right. What's going on, everybody? It is Tuesday, April 11th, 2023. We're going to kick things off here in just a moment. Jump on in to the S&P 500 charts. Let's get a little stretched out here first. Whew. All right. Pull up the chart right now. Okay, so we are making a push up. We are above the VWAP, but we are below the 200 moving average on the 3-minute chart, pulling up to about 41.40. We do on the 3-minute have a red yellow, and it is moving almost to a cyan soon. So let's jump to the 1-minute chart, which is also kind of bouncing at that 41.40 level. We'll jump to the evaluation. This is 20-second on the micro. Start with the mini on the 1-minute side. And let's extrapolate this out some. So right now on the 1-minute, I also see that the 50 is below the 200 moving average. So we may get some pullback here because we got the 200 moving average here on the like above the it's like super zoomed. There's that pullback I mentioned. And so I mentioned this because the 50 is below the 200 right now on the 1-minute chart. And then it's also below, the chart itself is below the 200 moving average on the 3-minute chart. So we may look for a bounce right here off this 9 moving average, potentially, or I might just wait. I think I'll wait for the actual crossover to happen. It looks like it's gonna, but you never know with these things. VWAP is there at 38.68. Call it like 38.70-ish. There's a pullback to the 200 moving average. I might take a trade on the sim. Just a little feeler trade on the market. Entered on the sim at 38. I think it's pretty decent. I'll have an entry. Probably put an exit at 40. Maybe 39.50. Seems like it's holding that 200 moving average pretty decently. I'm going to jump over here to the evaluation. Try to join the bid off 38. Doesn't look like I'm going to get that because it looks like it's going to pop. So, join the bid right here. So I'm just looking to get filled there in at 38.25 with 3 contracts of the mini and pulling back to 38, which is where we were originally trying to get an entry. Didn't expect this one to really pull back like that. Trying to get out at 39, in at 38.25. I'm gonna drop this down to 38.50. Go for a single tick. I think I'm over. Wow. Okay, I'm out.
Order filled.
Lost of 300 right there on the very first trade. That's no bueno. This is why I was actually gonna wait for that crossover. You know what? I broke my own rule, and a little frustrated that I did because it did reject pretty heavily at the VWAP there. Right now you can see that it won't let me out on the sim side. Sometimes you just got to clear the cache. All right, so we got some work now ahead of us just to get back to break even on the day. That's all right. I woke up feeling kind of weird, so I think that I got some work to just chill and balance myself. Right, just one second. Let's check something. All right, it's live. All right, pull my screen back up here. Just take a look at the. It looked like a lot of reports today. Just some Fed talk. Chicago Fed, Philly Fed, and Minneapolis Fed, and then NFIB Optimism Index. All right, so this rejected pretty heavily off that 5,200 cross. I think I got a little excited, and I paid the price for that excitement. It's really about maintaining that balance. Risk management is going to be everything. So this is like rejecting. Let's take a look at this on the 3-minute side. Yeah, that's a rejection, like a very big rejection. This is rejected down like $6. That's the low of the day. 4,098.75. That was yesterday's low. Let's take a look at this on the 5-minute side. Let's pull all the way back to 33. I feel like I need to get some blood flow going. I think I might need to get up and like just stand and stretch a little bit. All right, so we're bouncing off that low there. What's the volume like? Volume's pretty decent. I mean, volume's like 2,300 to 3,000 on an average. Let's see where the average volume is actually at. It's almost 3,000. All right, so red to yellow might be a nice move. Also, 34 acting as pretty decent resistance or support, I should say. That's what I meant to say. I'm long in the sim at 33.50. and I was worried that this would pull back. I can tell I'm trading kind of aggressively today. So this is popping nicely off of that 34 area. I'm gonna watch out for resistance though at 34, like 50, 34.75, because that's where the 9 EMA is. 1.0, 1.5, 2.1. Should have a new 5-minute candle. 5 minutes still pulling back in the TTM. Gonna check in on the 3. 1.0 to 1.1. I'll have a 3-minute candle in about a minute. About 30 seconds. So I ran through my sell order. You can see that the wick is higher than my sell. Just never filled it. We'll clean the cash again. $2.0, 2.3, new one coming in at 2.6.
Order filled.
Getting long 3 contracts at 34.25. Should have gone for 34. There's that rejection off the 9 EMA. Damn it. Trying to get out of 35, which is so trailing max at 2097 at the moment. It would have been a nice short, down 4 ticks or so. Bottom of the day is 31.75. Down 50 in this trade currently.
Order filled.
We reduced our cost basis down to 34. $2.9 to 3.1. We'll stick with that. Just 2 contracts. Looking to get out at 35. That'd be 4 ticks on 2 contracts. Should be worth like $100 before fees. Pulling back a little bit more than we want to see. Jeez, man. 50's on the downward slope. I might have to cut this. Well, I definitely have to cut this. The risk reward is not there. See him going from 3.3 to 3.6. $19.46 is our 1946 is our drawdown at the moment. I'm looking for a bounce down here. I don't see it happening. I do see a good amount of buys coming in. But we're well below our cost basis, unfortunately. I actually just made a new low there at 31. I gotta exit.
Order filled.
That's too bad, man. Down 665 in the evaluation today. I probably need to ease off. Yeah, I definitely need to just ease out and just chill out. About to hit 745 here. We've only been trading for 15 minutes. All right, we on chill mode now. Down 900 in the sim, down 665 in the evaluation, erasing our gains from yesterday, and also sinking further down. So we got a lot of ground to cover, a lot of ground to make up, and being as that's the case, we're just gonna go very slowly, and we're just gonna wait. It's okay if we miss some runs. I'm gonna wait for the 5,200 cross. I might potentially take a trade if we get a 1226 cross. But I don't think I'll do it off a 912 or anything like that. Pulling back up to 31 after a drop all the way down to 29. There's a glimmer of yellow there. I was gonna grab that late.
Order filled.
In one contract at 32.50. I was trying to get in at like 32. We got a yellow candle here, so trying to get out at 33.25. Getting some resistance along 33. I keep getting in at the end of the move because the move is just going a little too fast, you know? That's still at 33.
Order filled.
We got that trade. A lot of ground left to make up, though. We're only at 648, or we're down 648, rather. So we have a ton of ground to cover to come back. Trailing max is at 18.15. Push up. I'm gonna look for an entry maybe off of 33. You know, I'm actually not gonna take that. I'm gonna verify some stuff here. 4.1 to 3.4. It's pretty good movement there. Possible crossover. Yeah, it's ripping up. Watch out for resistance at the 35 and the 50 though. I'm gonna check this on the 3-minute chart. 3 minutes putting in a yellow. Next candle is gonna be at 51, which is in about 30 seconds. Let's pull back to 33.50. And the rejection was off of 35. I think this looks pretty decent. That potential push up. Should have a new candle in about just a second here. This candle opening up red, pulling back to 33.50. So there's a chance this could reject right here. So I think that we're going to be all right, though. 1.6 to 1.5, though. I mean, that's very close on the TTM. Let's check this on 5 minute. 5 minutes also getting a yellow candle. So I feel a little bit more confident in taking this.
Order filled.
Trying to get out at 35, which is right on the EMA 50. We're in 3 contracts at 34.25. We're down 2 ticks at the moment. I want to see that 9 get above the 12 and confirm this move. Plus a 1 minute candle will make a new high. Hopefully we break through 35.
Order filled.
We did get that trade, so we're down 539.50 in the account now. Trailing max at 1918. TTM 5 going from 3.4 to 3.3. We'll have a new 5 minute candle in just about 2 minutes. Going back to the 3 minute candle, which is getting a possible crossover. This crossover on the 3 minute is pretty powerful. It is a little ways out though. I would say probably if it continues at the current rate, I would say that this is probably 2 candles out. So that puts it at like 57 for this crossover. On the 1 minute though, let's see, we got a pullback right now all the way to 33.50, 34 area. 1 minute side, notice a red dot forming. So we got 2.6 to 1.9, 1.3 now to 0.7. So this is pulling back on the 1 minute side. So I don't think I would take a trade on the 1 minute side though, unless the 9 gets above the 12. But this does look pretty good. Like it's going to bounce here. But I want to wait for that confirmation because you saw what happened when I didn't wait for confirmation earlier. We got a $540 hole to work our way out of. It's actually a $665 hole and we're working out of it, but you know. All right, about to get a cyan switch. 9's above 12 now on the current candle, and we're approaching a 1226 cross. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit, and I'm just going to wait probably 1 minute for this to complete. I'm going to go to this 20-second chart here. All right, so I might be looking for this 5200 cross on the 20-second chart, which is about $2 away from each other. Let's see if this maintains the 50. This is why I didn't take that trade yet. It's got the cyan switch, but 9 just got above the 12 on the current candle, and so kind of need the candle to close in order to really know. And the candle's not gonna close for another 30 seconds. Nine's above 12 on the 20-second chart. I kind of want to see this 5200 cross on the 20-second chart. I just think it would really bring a lot of solidity to the move, or validity. I don't know, validity, solidity, something awesome. 1 minute though, going from 0.4 to 0.8 on a cyan switch with the 9 above the 12. Now we're really just looking at that 1226 crossover, but I think that we're pretty good here. I'm gonna go back to the 1 minute chart on the evaluation. Smooth this out a little bit, and trying to join on this pullback here.
Order filled.
In at 34.25. Hopefully we don't just get a big fat rejection. I'm trying to get out of 35 with 3 contracts. Currently down. There it is. There's that big rejection, man. It's got to pull up right now. Still got cyan, and now got a green dot on the TTM, but no crossover yet. Need that 1226 crossover in order for this to really play. I'm going to reduce my sell order down to a single tick. Dude. $15 seconds left in this candle. It needs to end green. Go on now. End green. Ended on a doji. We do get a 1226 crossover on the current candle. I'm out.
Order filled.
Massive drop on that. Down 886 on the day. Rejected heavily. Three minute going red on the TTM again. I just think that we're too early. I think this trend reversal is going to take place, but I just think we're too early on it. Let me take a look at the 15-minute chart. I'm going to go to the 10-day 15. So 15 has been on the 5200 cross for a little bit. Yo, what up, Papa Shot? Good to see you, my man. Yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen you, homie. I am good. My trading is not so great today, though, unfortunately. I think it's because I'm a little too early, and a lot of these long breakouts keep failing on the crossover. And I've seen this same pattern play out a couple of times over the last 2 months, where it'll reject like 3 or 4 times before finally actually going up. And so I think that that's what I need to be focused on, is waiting for that to actually happen. Sorry to hear that, homie. Yeah, It's a strange trading day. 15-minute chart's going. I don't know if it's a strange, but it's kind of like this really tight range in like the 30 to 40 range here. I'm gonna switch back to the 3. I'm gonna head it back. Oh, sorry. Let me get my charts back up. I realized that they're not up. Big push up. So we could have held through that pullback. Here's the actual crossover. Unfortunately, it faked us out, and we took a big fatty loss on it. I'm gonna look for a pullback to. Actually, I'm not even gonna look for a pullback because this is already pulling back heavily. I'm gonna. I was gonna try to put an entry at that bottom there. Try and put an entry off 35 and a quarter.
Order filled.
In at 35 and a quarter. As we're rejecting. What the heck, man? All right, so we got a 12:26 crossover. 9's above 12. We're here at the top of the hour at 8 o'clock. Zeta 1. And so we're going to need to see the 9 and 12 get above this EMA 35. The rejection is so heavy all day. Like, so intense. That yeah, man. I've been getting hammered all day long. Like, it just been getting tore up. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit on this. So it did bounce off the EMA 35. That's a good thing. Where do we have room to? So we're back up near break even on this trade. EMA 200 is at 36.95. I'm gonna try to get out at like 36. I could probably try for like 36.50 though. Like another tick or two. But is it worth it? This literally went to 35.75. Ourselves at 36. Time remaining in this candle. Oh, we got a fresh one. Pulling back again. Wow, man. All right, I got to exit again.
Order filled.
All right, we're down $1,157.50 in this eval today, man. Don't let me touch this thing. Don't let me touch it until that crossover happens. Like, it's too bear trappy. Sim only. We're gonna stick in sim. I'm still in this trade in the sim from a really long time ago, mainly because we got in at 33.50. That's so frustrating, man, because there's so many there's so many of these like false breaks right now, and there it is popping back up. It's a very, very, very rangy and kind of sketchy day to day. So 9's above 12, crossing above the 35. It's like everything is saying that this thing's gonna go up, but the ranginess on it is like just wrecking us. Let's take a look at the 22nd. Yeah, hella traps today, man. That's what I'm seeing too. Like, it's so many bear traps. Many put contracts on the SPY. Makes sense why there's a lot of bear traps then. They can only do it for so long, though. I mean, like when you've got the moving averages stacked this way, and you've got like very obvious buyer amounts coming in, but at the same time, like they can only do it for so long, and then likely there'll be a pretty large push. Um, but I mean, we're still not above the view app. We've been kind of rejecting the 200 moving average all day, but the rejections have been huge, like huge, like man, like yo, like I don't know, some consistency would be nice. But it's markets, it's trading. Can't expect consistency. Upper band up here is at 36.50. Literally, man, we could have just held through that, and the same with this one. We could have held through it, and that's kind of been the situation for most of the day, is that we could have just held through it and it would have worked out. And it's just I'm just grinding down my account by selling, and I don't know what to think of that, because I'm like I feel like I'm doing good risk management by cutting, but then I've had this problem in the past. 3 minute with a possible crossover inbound. We're gonna wait for the 9 to cross above the 12, but 3 minutes about to get a cyan switch. 0.9 is 0.5. I'll put a standing order on the evaluation at 35. I might go for like 5 ticks though. At 35. Actually,
Order filled.
too late. All right, 9's above the 50 and above the 12. Both of them above the EMA 35. We're in at $35. $36.25 is my intended exit. The 200 moving average is at $36.97. I think a lot of people are expecting it to bounce here at 35, but like Abhishek said, that there's a lot of put contracts on the SPY today, and so that's dragging the SPY down. I dropped my sell order to be just 2 ticks. Hands over the cover button. At least our entry is not horrible. Just trying to get out of 35.50, and it's looking less and less like this is gonna work out. So we gotta cut.
Order filled.
Down 1,400 on the day in the sim, dude. I think I should stop, man. What about risk management being the focus this month? Have a good day, man. Over 25,000 puts. That's crazy, man. So we're approaching we're approaching 8:30. Doing the bid down here on the sim. See a red candle showing up on the 3-minute CCM3. $50 moving average still working its way downward, so I don't have a lot of confidence in this trend reversal for probably a good half an hour. Five minutes still stacking on the upside. I don't know. You can feel the breakouts inbound, but you can feel the traps along the way, like really heavily. Big rip up, ripping all the way up to 35 and a quarter from down here off 33 and a half. Ton of range on each candle. $34.50 is the entry on the sim. $9 and $12 getting above the 50 moving average again, and approaching a double top there. Got double top at $36.50. Pretty frustrating day because you can see I keep filling at the lows of these pullbacks. And the pullbacks are like just enough to kick me to like make me be like, nah, it's past my risk. You know what I mean? It's like it's just enough. And I'm sure that they, probably have data like that, and they probably know what our where our stops are, or if not stops, where our most consistent area of cutting is. I mean, I'm sure they know that. So 9 above 12. Both of it crossing above 50 EMA. Watch out for resistance here at 37. This is right where the 200 moving average is. Massive rip though from 34 up to 36.50. I think it's pretty massive. Now hitting 37, 12 ticks right there. Kind of expecting one more rejection. Possible 5,200 cross on the 1 minute side. Apparently we're still in a trade here. I don't know why. TOS is weird sometimes. We're up 150 on TOS on the sim side. We got to get our other account back green, but it's gonna be it's gonna be a process, to say the least. This feels like the actual breakout that we were trying to grab throughout this whole area, and that's gotten me a lot of times in the last 2 months, 3 months, where it's these like false break after false break for seemingly like an hour, and there's a lot of play off of that sort of impatience. You can see that really like false break here. I mean, all the way since 6:30, it's been false breaking. So since the open, we've been hitting false breaks. Nine's above 12. Both of it's above the 50, and the 35 is approaching across to the 50 as well. The TTM stack is stacking slow. I mean, it's only stacking by like 0.1 at a time. And we're running into resistance, the 200 moving average there. I'm going to jump into the 5-minute chart since we have a new 5-minute candle now. 5-minute, I think, still has some room for a pullback, maybe a rejection off this EMA 35 down to like 35.50 or something. And then after that, another bounce. Because we're kind of approaching a 912 cross as well as the TTM cross there. Switching to the 3-minute side. 3 minutes getting a cyan switch on a pullback here. Might look for an entry off of 35.50 inside the sim. Up and up to 37 there. So the 5200 cross finally happened on the 20-second chart. We're right at VWAP, so trying to get this right. That's a little better right there. $35 is crossing the 50. 50's at 35.19, while the 200's at 37.01. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a pullback, rejection off of this, and then a bounce after that. Of course, we could just rip, but I'd honestly feel more confident if we got the pullback first. I feel more confident on an entry point. Because right now, I kind of feel like we're at the peak of this, and there's too much opportunity for this to reject. We got an entry off of at 36.75 on the sim. Okay, we're finally getting this breakout. Now, remember, this could just reject. It doesn't look like it's gonna, but a rejection, like, or at least a pullback to like 37.50 or something seems fine to me. We're putting up almost all the way to 40. Watch out for rejection at 40. Yeah, right at 40. We're doing well on the sim. Let's move up to 40 right there. Currently, the 50 is still below the 200 moving average on the 1 minute chart. Getting a big rip now. Not my best trading day, honestly. Honestly, one of the worst. I think I overtraded in the first half hour. I should have only been taking like 1 or 2 trades. I think I still have a lot of work to do on risk management, and I felt kind of weird today, just on the the very beginning of the day before I even got in front of the terminal. I just felt really like that same sort of like vibe of I don't know, day feels kind of weird. Okay, so you can see this particularly, or this potentially is a cup and handle. So we might get a rejection off 200 moving average. I think I'd want to see a rejection down to like 38.50, maybe even 38, and then a bounce off that would be honestly what I'd really like to see. 3 minute is showing no signs of stopping though. So, you know. Pretty bad trading day on my part. $5,200 cross is on the approach. 50's at 36.30 and 200's at 37.17. Still more buys coming in. You can see a flag beginning to form here. I honestly would much rather see a pullback followed by a rip than for it to keep ripping up here. High is at 41.49. So we're just about $10 away from the high.
Order filled.
In long at 39.25. I don't want to go for 7 ticks though, because that's what it was like defaulted on. I'm gonna try to get out of 40. Ugh. I was going for a bounce off the 9 EMA there. Whoa, you see that? My chart's just like refreshed on me or something. That was sketchy. Pulling all the way back to 38.50. This is really what I should have waited for. It was 38.50. I have a standing sell order at 40. It's almost 8:30, so we make it a volume push. A lot of seller resistance at 39.75. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I dropped my sell to 39.75 from 40 because it rejected at 75 like 5 times, and every time it did, there was a lot of sell orders there. I think it'll pop now. Just need to go up 1 tick.
Order filled.
There we go. Made a micro amount back, down 1,300 on the day though. So a lot of ground covered, but you know, we made a little bit back. So we're down 1,500. So what is our accuracy today? It's got to be pretty low. Yeah, accuracy is 60-40 on the downside. I think this will pop here off of this 9 EMA area. That pullback there to 39 seems decent. We're still waiting on that 5,200 cross. You can see it still hasn't happened yet. The 26 crossed above the 35, so that indicates that some pullback is inbound here. Pulling back down to 38 at the moment. Pretty large pullback there. Did reject off of 40 all the way down to 38. I'm considering buying here for a bounce off the UAP. But TTM is pulling back some. I want to check this on the longer term. I have a new candle. So this is 8:30's 3-minute candle, and that's right where we're at is 8:30. So. Tried to join the bid there at 38 and a quarter. Didn't get a fill.
Order
All
filled.
right, now we're filled at 38 and a quarter. I'm trying to get out at 39 and a quarter. So I'm going for 4 ticks on this. The TTM is cooling, so this is like feels like the backside of this move. I'm actually gonna put this at like 39.75 or 38.75, which is the peak of this candle. Pulling back to VWAP now. I have like very little confidence in most of the moves today. I'm gonna drop this down to a single tick, and like I like to get into a trade and then just have it rip and then be out in like 10 seconds. Anything longer than that, and I kind of start getting nervous a little bit. I know this isn't a 1-to-1 ratio, but yeah, at this point it's just kind of like you can see how much it's struggled right there. $38 and a quarter, seemingly like really hard to get past.
Order filled.
All right, made that trade, but I didn't like it. I didn't think it was a very good trade. But we're down 12.97 on the day exactly, and trailing max at 11.61. I think that we're gonna pop here, and that's basically because we're stacking on every moving average or every TTM. 4140 is the resistance level. By the way, if y'all chilling, hanging out, make sure you like and subscribe. That stuff really does help the channel, actually. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it's a really amazing way to support the channel. It's not just for the sake of hitting the button. It actually does help the algorithm suggest us to other people so that we can grow this channel. Oh, I have 3 collagens. Oh, one's magnesium. Taking supplements. You see a 3-minute was putting in some cooling candles. We're right here at the view app at 37.75. Switching over to the 5-minute chart, which did get a sign switch some time back, about 15 minutes ago at 8:20. This 200 moving average is also off 40, and we're dipping below VWAP here. So 5-minute side, 9's above 12. We got 1226 crossover. So I think this has pretty good potential for a bounce. I say potential because you can see the TTM's cooled off quite a bit. We are below VWAP, and I think we need the 9 and 12 to get above this 35 on the 50 or on the 5-minute chart. Let's take a look again at the 15-minute chart. Wait, sorry, that's 5. This is 15. All right, 15-minute chart is still red yellow. So no cyan on the 15. But you see the last time that we got cyan on the 15 was right here, about 1:45 in the morning. and that ripped from 41.40 up to 41.49. So right now, 15-minute chart, since it turned yellow, is going from 4.7 to 3.8 to 2.6 to 2.2 on the current, and we'll have a new candle on the 15-minute chart at 8:45. I'm gonna open up my office door. It's a little hot in here, so 1 second. 1 minute side, going red on TTM. All right, so let's see. Let's take a look at the 20-second chart. 20-second chart is pretty useful for actually determining direction a lot of the time. So I think we got a ways to go before this comes back up, if it comes back up. We're pulling down to 35 at the moment, and it's looking more like a drop than a pop. In fact, it actually looks almost like a head and shoulders on this zone. It really looks a lot like a head and shoulders on the 20-second chart. You can see shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2. So really it's kind of like, are we going to consolidate above 35? I say above 35 because you can see the 200 moving average on the 20-second chart is at 35.50. And so we really need 35 to hold the support before we see this sort of turn around. We're down about 1,300 in the evaluation. We have a long way to go in order to recover. Trailing max at 1161. Getting a yellow candle on the 20-second chart. And it's coming into resistance right there at 35.50, which is the 200 moving average on the 20-second chart. The 200 and the 50 are pretty close together. They're about 6 ticks apart on the 20-second chart as well. Gonna jump over to the 1 minute. So 1 minute, we're seeing this little bounce here, and we're below the 200 moving average. Just checking in with gels. I'm gonna remove some of these old drawings. So you can see this sort of ascending or descending channel here. You can highlight it if you like, but all right. 5 minutes approaching, 15 minutes approaching a 1226 crossover, and 15 minute is going from 2.6 to 1.9 on the TTM, which is actually pretty good. I'm gonna switch to the 3 minute. 3 minute has this cool off at the moment. Unsurprisingly rejected at the 200 moving average. Bouncing off of 35 up to 37. It would have actually been a nice trade. that we kind of looked at here on the 22nd 1 minute chart. So a doji down here at 35 and bounced off that up to the VWAP and then rejected. Let me get into the 1 minute chart. All right, so we're pulling back up towards the VWAP. We have a 1226 inbound. We're getting a red to yellow, a little surge right now. Let's see, 50 EMA, still below the 200 moving average. So we never did get that crossover. I think we'll get it here at 8:45. About 4 minutes, maybe a little bit longer past that, but the EMA 50 is at 3608 or 3668, sorry, and the other one's at 3718. So they're very close together. Ripping up through the VWAP. Can't seem to get my chart like comfortably right. I think it's just because the movement's also close together today. Kind of how I want it there, I guess. Trying to join the bid off 37.75. I think I need to bump up to 38 though. No, I think we can hold 37.75.
Order filled.
We're in at 37.75. I'm looking to get out at 39.50. So I'm going for 7 ticks off 3 contracts. Currently down slightly in this trade. I think we absolutely need this 5200 cross, which I just realized that I got in prior to that. The chair is stuck. There we go. $36.71 is where the 50 is, and $37.17 is where the 200 is. Rejecting again. Pulling all the way back to 36. $50 at 36.63. $15 seconds left in this candle. 9 is below 12. And everything's on the downward slope. I don't like this trade at all. Been struggling on trades today, man. I think it's because I mainly just go long. I only do shorts every now and then. And today is definitely a bear trap kind of day. 50's at 36.59. I want to see the 50 EMA go up, not down. Ugh. Guess I should have just been going short, man. TTM's at 2.0 at the moment. $50 EMA is at 56.44. Well, the 200's at 37.10, or sorry, 36.44. So they're about 75 cents apart. See a fair amount of resistance at 35.50. I need to see the 9 get above the 12. $50 EMA is at 36.49. And 200's at 37.10. Big pop off that bottom there. Pulling back up to the VWAP. Not quite to our trade. Not quite to break even. Down about 112.50 or so. Down like one tick now. TTM moving to 1.3 from 2.0. New TTM opening at 0.8. That's what we want to see. Okay. Potential rip inbound. 50 EMA is at 36.57. 200 is at 37.11. We're past the 8:45 mark. We're coming up to the top of the hour at 9. Really want to see this crossover take place. TTM's now at 0.7. Approaching a cyan switch. We're finally up in this trade. Time left in this candle is another 10 seconds.
Order filled.
Took the profit off on that. I did not like that trade, first off, just so we're clear. I only made 3 ticks on that, by the way, but I mean, it's something. We're down 1193.50 on the day. Trailing max at 1264. There was an opportunity to get out of 39 or 38.75. I think this is going to be a 1-minute pullback, and then after that, we're going to rip. 9 is above the 12, which is getting above the 35. The 50 EMA is approaching the 200. It's at 36.70 and 37.12. So 1-minute pullback. I may look for a pullback entry followed by a rip. But I think this is going to be the area where this actually does break out above 40 now. Switching to the 3-minute side, I want to see what's going on here. 3-minute, 9 is above 12. It's all getting above 50. We're in long on the sim at 38.75. And TTM is going from 2.05 to 2.1. So very little movement on that. It is on a pullback at the moment. And the next candle is going to be at 54. And so we just got this one here at 50. I'm going to switch to the 5-minute chart because I also want to see what's going on with that. 5-minute has been on a on cyan for a little bit. So again, resistance at 40. But I think that so we're going from 2.3 to 2.6 on the 5-minute side. And we should have had a new 15-minute candle that I haven't taken a look at yet. So 15-minute is nearing a cyan switch as well. So from 2.6 to 2.1 to 0.8 on the TTM 15. Switching back to the 1-minute chart, I think that this is the area that we are actually going to finally get this break. 5200 approach right now. You can see it right there. 50 is at 36.89. The other one's at 37.14. So an entry off of 38 would be ideal. I'm going to put a standing order there at 38. See if we get a pullback to it. Doesn't look like we're going to pull back 38. Looks like we're hanging around 38.50. $50 EMAs at 36.95 and 200s at 37.14. Flag on the play. Pulling up to 39. 36.95 and 37.14. I think this crossover is going to happen. I don't think 38 is going to happen though. We try for 38.50. Nine EMAs down here at 38.25. 50 and 200 are about 5 cents apart. So I'm expecting a rejection off of 50 and then a rip off that. Like a pullback and then rip. That's kind of the hope anyway. You can see a lot of buyers stepping in at 39.25 though. Five seconds left in this candle, and then we should get a crossover after that. No cross, but the 200 and the 50 are in the same spot. You can see right there. Nine EMA is at 38.50, which is where our standing order is. No pullback though. Like this would have been our entry here. I decided to cut this. think we're just kind of stalling out a little too much. I'm gonna flatten this trade in the sim as well. Alright, so I think we made a micro profit on that. We're up 600 in the sim. So I cut that because I thought that this was going to pull back like fairly heavily, and it did pull back to the VWAP. There is a 5200 cross right there. It's like very slight though. Still an opportunity for rejection here as we approach the 9 o'clock area. Refilling a lot of that pullback back. Back. All right. 5 minute still has the 200 moving average at 40, at 41.40. So this pulled all the way back to the 9 EMA on the 5 minute, which was 37.75, and then ripped back up to 38.75. But 9's above the 12, is above the EMA 35. The 35, though, is not above the 50 yet. Those are off by about 37.60 and 37.31. So those are off by about 40 cents ish. Ending that last 5 minute candle with a doji as we approach the top of the hour here. Getting a pop off that, which actually pulled all the way down to the VWAP, and now we're running into that resistance area at 41.40. I don't know if this resistance is going to hang here. We're down pretty heavily on the day, but at least we did come back some. But we're still down a lot. A lot of work to come back. I felt inclined to take this position, and I guess I should have. Did pull back to 37.75 and then rip back up to 40. So I guess a pullback to 39 would be ideal. We did get the 5200 cross. You can see it's a little bit more clear now on the 1 minute side. Very rangy day. I mean, honestly, like if you were just aware of purchasing down here at like 35, then you could just rode this up. But that 5200 cross is looking good. I'm gonna go for 3 ticks off of 40.25.
Order filled.
In at 40.25. I hope we don't reject heavily off of 40. I'm looking for a push up to 41. Pulling back to 40. We're in 40.25. So I'm looking for that push up to 41 because it's looking like on our longer time frames that we're pushing that direction. So we are above the 200 moving average on the longer time frames. I'm gonna actually try to take this profit. We pulled back on us. Back at break even.
Filled.
Okay, we did get that trade. Little micro trade on that. Trailing max at 1298. We're down still 1165 in the days. We have a lot of ground to make up. But if you recall, our low of the day was down at like 1700. So we made back like $600. Our winning trade ratio was, we were 60% loss rate. Now we're at 57% win rate. So we were 60-40, 40% win, 60% loss. Now we've kind of flipped that. We've taken a total of 14 trades with 8 wins. Our total, see, our max run up was 235, but our biggest winning trade was 112.50. Definitely not my best trade day. Essentially, that first trade kind of knocked us out pretty bad. This did end up running past 41. I guess I could have held it. Would have been nice to take a larger profit. Here we are, 9 o'clock, top of the hour. We finally got the 5,200 across on the 1 minute side. So I think that we have room up to about 48, which is the upper band of the VWAP there. So 3 minute side also going cyan. We should have a new 15-minute candle. Let's check that. Getting a 15-minute cyan. I definitely think that this actually does have room up to 45. So I'm going to look for a 12 tick move. I know it's pretty ambitious. And then I'm going to look for a pullback to 40. Maybe I'll do 40.5 or so, actually.
Order rejected. Order filled.
We're in a 41.25. I'm going for a move all the way up to 45. I think that there is room up here. I think we have room up to 48, honestly, which is the upper band of the VWAP. We are up in this trade slightly, just because we just started it. But we're looking for a large rip. Kind of double topped at 42, and so I'm going to put a sell order at 41.75, which would only be a 2-tick move, but I do think that this does have that room that I mentioned. I just think that
order filled.
We did get that trade, 2 ticks on that. Now down 1,099 on the day. Brought our trailing max back up to 1359. So making it back little by little. I decided to cut that because we were getting some cooling candles on the TTM 1 minute side. So I think we might get some pullbacks here first before we get that rip. But I do think that we have room up to 48, which is like I said, the upper band of the VWAP. 5 minute on the approach for a 1226 crossover, or sorry, 15 minute, and 15 minute also getting that cyan switch that I mentioned.
Order filled.
Join the bid long off of 41 and looking for a move up to 44. I might go for 43 actually, which would be 8 ticks. It'd still be a really great trade. But the reason why is because if, you know, this rejects along the way, I'd rather take the profits. We finally got into the bullish territory after an hour and a half of trading. I'm gonna bite down. So we're in long off 41. We're flat in the trade currently. Nine is getting above 12 on the 15-minute chart. I'm kind of basing some of this off the 15-minute chart. 3 minute on the approach for the 1226 crossover, or sorry, the 5200 cross. And 3 minute, we'll have a new 3 minute candle at 9:06. Actually, that's right now. New one opening at 41.25. I'd like to see a new 3 minute candle to make a new high, which would be a break above 42. So that's really what I'm after, is a break above 42. Because if we break above 42, I think that we'll rip up towards 44. Pulling back down to 40, that puts us down 4 ticks in this trade, which is 150 bucks on 3 contracts. I have been trading kind of large today, but also, you know, sometimes like if you're trading too small, like it's just not enticing enough. There is a doji at the top. I don't really like that. Going down to 39.50. If we drop below this, I think I need to cut. It's got to hold 40. I'm just going to check in on the 20-second chart. So 20-second chart actually looks not as good as the 1 minute. I would like to see a yellow candle form on the TTM on the 20-second chart. I think that would help just sort of determine direction a little bit better. It did bounce really well off of 40. I mean, I don't know really well, but some off of 40. Bounced off of 40 to 41, and then back down to 40. So nice. Got a yellow candle on the 22nd. That's what I want to see. I want this one to close yellow. And okay, so we did get a pop above 41 for a brief moment. Remember, 41 is our entry. I want to see this one close with the yellow TTM. And it did. Pulling back up to 41. I think we took our entry at like 904. Yeah, 904 is our entry point. And so we've been in this trade for 5 minutes. Switching back to the 22nd, because that's really going to help us determine direction. On the 22nd, I'd really like to see the 9 EMA, the yellow line, get above the 12 EMA, which is the cyan line, and then back to a 1226 crossover on the 22nd chart. The reason why on the 22nd is because it really is sort of a precursor to the 1 minute chart. And so when we can see that formation on the 22nd, we can anticipate that formation on the 1 minute. But it helps us sort of determine that direction ahead of time before we get big pops or big drops. All right, we're back up. We're back up. It's pulling up to 41. You can see that there's that 9 crossover on 12. And there's that 1226 crossover on that 22nd chart. It's one of the reasons why I like this 22nd chart is because it gives us that information ahead of time. Pulling up to 42.25. So we're up pretty good in this trade here. I just want to see this pop up to 43. It topped out right now at 42.50. We've got 20 seconds left in this candle on the 1 minute side. Cyan candle on the TTM. Hitting resistance there at 42.50. That's a lot of sell orders there. I'm going to take my profit.
Order filled.
Candle peaked at 42.75. This filled us out of the order at 42.25. Unfortunately, it did fill us at 42.50, which is a difference of about 38 bucks. But that's okay. We still got a nice trade. We were in at 40. We were in at 41, and we got out at 42.25. So that is 5 ticks. That puts us down 920 on the day. Trailing max is at 1537. I think this is going to pop up to that 43, which was our original sell. It's only 1 tick away. There's that 43. So if I would have held it for another about 40 seconds or so, it looks like we would have got that additional 3 ticks on it, which would have been another $100. So like I said, I think there's room up to 48. By the way, if y'all chilling, hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for noties. And also, too, if you're trying to earn funding in the futures market, man, make sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. They are doing a 50% off sale right now. It is their Easter sale, and that ends on April 14th. You get 50% off of any of the evaluations that you see, except for the fast tracks. So the 1-steps, the EOD drawdowns, the static, the diamond hands, y'all can get 50% off. Obviously, so the 10K evaluation is by far the most popular. So you can get access to $10,000 worth of equity for 40 bucks. It's probably one of the biggest deals of a lifetime, in my own personal opinion. I don't know anywhere where you can get access to $10,000 for $40. But one thing to note, and one thing that I educate here on the channel, is that you're really looking at the max drawdown. Not necessarily this number here, not the 10,000, but you're looking at the drawdown, which in the 10K account is $1,000 with a profit target of $1,250. That only allows you to take 1 contract. Personally, for me, I think it's worth bumping up in the 25K, and that's because it allows you 3 contracts, and then you get 1,500 on the drawdown with a profit target of only 1,500. So your profit target only goes up to 50, but you add 500 to your trailing max. So you actually, in my opinion, gain a leverage difference of about $250 with the ability to take more contracts, which will allow you to move faster through your evaluation potentially. So make sure y'all check them out, trying to earn some funding in the futures market. So we did pop up to 45.25, and now we're pulling back. So you remember I originally was going for 44, and I bumped it down to 43. I guess I could have held it straight on through, but yeah, that was our biggest trade of the day. We definitely took a fat loss on the day. Our total profit was $662.50, and our total loss was $14.75. And then you add in $108 worth of fees, and our total P&L ends up being negative $920. But we did swap our wins and losses. So we're at 62.50 on the win rate, 37.50 on the lose rate, in terms of percentage. And I think that if we were to continue trading, that we could continue to push that up there. I am kind of getting really thirsty, hitting some sort of decision fatigue as well, which typically starts to happen to me around 9:15 or so after trading for about an hour and a half. And so I think that I'll likely cap it here. Unfortunately, ending the day with a loss, but that's the breaks. So yesterday we were up 100. Today we're down 920. So that puts us basically down 820 in the account overall, out of a trailing max available of 2,500. That puts our trailing max right now at 1537, and I'm gonna look to bring that back up to 2,500, and that's really gonna be my main focus of the month, is just risk management all the way through. I don't think I did a really great job of it today, basically because today was the same type of setup that we've been seeing through a lot of the end of January through February and through March, where we essentially see 3, 4, 5 bear traps on false breaks, before we finally get the actual crossover, before we finally get the actual trend reversal. And that's where we're at now on the upper side of the trend reversal, which didn't happen till about 8:45. So it only happened in the last half hour. So what I need to personally get better at is I need to personally get better at waiting for the full-on 5200 crossover, because that will really reduce the amount of false breaks that I end up in. So I know that I need to do that as a trader, and I think that I really need to be, I guess, working on that and risk management all the way through. Today we kind of tried to focus on the risk management, and we ended up filling over and over again at the bottom of the candle just before it ripped right back up. You can see it happen here, here, and here, where we filled at the very bottom of these candles, because that was my max risk, and then it popped right back up on every single one of them, and that was enough to really hurt our account quite a lot. So having said all that, guys, I'm going to jump into our Discord community. I'm going to write my reflection on the day, and I'm going to jump off here and stop trading for the day. So I hope that all of y'all are safe. We did do well in the sim. We're up $600 in the sim before fees out of 21 contracts. We're down 2050 on the evaluation. I don't know how many contracts we took here. We look off of 72 contracts. Jeez, we took a lot of contracts. So definitely over traded, and should be buying on the pullbacks, and on days like today. That's what I should likely be focusing on. So all right, y'all, much love and appreciation. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time, and hope you all have an amazing trade day and just an amazing day in general. Peace.